Peace. This is your friendly neighborhood indie rapper, Open Mike Eagle, and tonight, I'm pouring out a little trail mix for the homies, as I have learned, as I have read, that Big Pooh and Fonte, also known as the rap group Little Brother, are calling it quits. I gotta preface this by saying I have not watched their documentary that they put out last year. I tried to watch it. I truly did try to watch it, but I have not been in the best place emotionally over the last year, and when I tried to watch it, it made me feel sad and bad. For one, it's because I know these folks to a certain degree, but then really it comes down to me having been a fan of them since I first heard their album The Listening in 2003. And when I first heard them, I was blown away by the raps, the beats, concepts. To this day, when I hear that song, The Yo-Yo, it makes my motherfucking blood run cold because that proto hotep granola dude that Fonte was talking about in that verse, that was me. That was me. I was watching that like Leonardo DiCaprio in the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood meme. That's me. And for me, being a kid in college that loved rap music and was a spiritual child of Native Tongues and Hyro and Wu-Tang, Little Brother was perfect. Perfect raps, perfect beats. Even the name was perfect because they felt like the Little Brothers of the Native Tongues movement. They rose up from the OK Player community that was started by the Roots. And when I first heard it, this music was so raw, it was so dope, it was so charming, even that it used to give me that little pesky feeling, this little feeling that I get that would never go away. Well, I'm old now, so it has gone away, but this feeling, I used to get this feeling like, ooh, could there be a rap group, a rap act that I actually like that could get popular in the mainstream? Is it possible?
So you're telling me there's a chance?
I know better now, by the way. I know that the industry and the culture, the business and the culture, they're too intertwined now to ever go back towards that intersection. I was young and dumb then, that's why I thought that. And now I'm old and dumb, so I know better. I was rooting for them when they had that Atlantic Records moment too, with the minstrel show, but I was too cynical by that point already to think that it was going to change the landscape in music like I was hoping things would in the past. And like I said, if any of this shit was covered in the documentary, I apologize. Did not finish it. Was making me feel sad and bad. And I did get to know them personally to some degree too. I did a show with Big Pooh back in 2015. Shout out to Big Pooh. And I was able to collaborate with Fonte twice for my television show on Comedy Central, New Negroes. We made a song called Woke Is Me that I think is worth 7 Emmys and a Grammy. And we made another song called Heaven Insurance that is worth at least a Webby, at least. On that show, I got to make songs with him and Method Man and MF Doom and like all of these people I was a real fucking fan of. It was kind of crazy. And because me and Fonte got to know each other a little bit at that time, I really do consider him a friend. And so even though this retirement makes all the fucking sense in the world, they did it indie, they did it underground, they did it on a major label, like what the fuck is there to do really other than all of the things that they've done? It makes so much sense for them to choose this point to lay it down. Even though it makes so much sense, it's part of a group of retirements that is making me feel sad and bad. This shit's making me feel old. Okay, the last time I felt old like this, or maybe I should say the first time I felt old like this, is when Shaq retired, right? The first time I saw Shaq was on a Saturday morning television show called Inside Stuff, where this dude who reminded me of my older cousins, as in Shaquille O'Neal, just casually tore a fucking basketball hoop apart.
Well, give me your best. Let me see your best.
And I had his classic draft pick rookie basketball card because I used to collect sports collectibles back then before my mama fumbled the bag and got all my shit thrown away. I had a Shaquille O'Neal classic draft picks rookie card that is probably worth $12 today, but at the time I thought that shit was gonna put me through college. I was so excited when he got drafted, and then I hated when he was on the Orlando Magic and they beat the Bulls. And then I hated him even more when he went to the Lakers, because like any warm-blooded basketball fan, I hate the Lakers and I always will. And then I was happy when he went to the Heat and won a chip with Dwayne Wade. And then I was confused when he went to Phoenix. And then I thought it was cheating when he went to Cleveland to play with LeBron, and then back to confusion when he went to Boston and then he retired. Retired? Shaq can't fucking retire. I had Shaq's rookie card. If Shaq is retiring, that means I'm old. And I was right. I was old. And little brother retiring only confirms it. And on top of that, they're doing it now, which means I'm older than when Shaq retired, which was the first time I realized I'm old. I'm older than I've ever been. And now I'm even older. Bonus points in the comments if you can identify what song that comes from. And it's not just little brother. Murs just announced that his last album and retirement tour is happening now. Wu-Tang just announced that they are retiring after this tour. This is their final tour this year. Just as you might be accustomed to with the Open Mike Eagle YouTube channel, let me give you a little industry secret here, okay? Let me tell you a little industry secret that you may not be aware of. Rappers never fucking retire. Rappers never fucking retire. But that's individual rugged ass can't tell me shit ass rappers. Rap groups break the fuck up all the time. Because a group is a business, and for a business to work, everybody in the business has to be incentivized to prioritize the business in the same way. And in this current motherfucking music environment, there is very little happening to incentivize a motherfucker to split their fraction of a Spotify penny with a bunch of other dudes. And if you pay attention to my career outside of these videos, which to be honest, not enough of you do, you might be asking, hey, Open Michael Eagle, did you not just start a fucking rap group called Previous Industries? Did y'all not just release a debut album last year and drop a fucking EP out of nowhere like a month ago? What up with that? Well, Hurricane Helms, what is up with that is, like I have told you, I'm old and dumb. And I also understand that what might be creatively fulfilling for me may not necessarily be in alignment with how the fucking business winds are blowing. And to be honest, when has it ever? And also, we're called Previous Industries. And as I'm stating here, a rap group is a what? You get it. But for real, if you look at the landscape of rap music right now, it's hard not to see that rap groups are nowhere near as prevalent as they used to be. If you try to think of current groups, you got what? Run the Jewels, Earth Gang, Coast Contra, Homicide Gang. Are Flatbush Zombies still active? I don't even know. Anyway, little brother retiring is putting me squarely in my feels. That shit is hitting me right in the unk. I feel like it's the death of my naivety about how this shit really works. When I was growing up, hearing all of the different styles of rap music that were available, I thought that's how things would always be. I thought we would always have a variety of options when it came to rap music to enjoy. But when you get older, you realize that part of the reason that was happening is because record labels used to make a lot of fucking money. They still make a lot of money, but they used to make a lot more fucking money when they sold albums for $10 to $15 a unit. And when they were making all that money at the time, they had enough money from the mainstream shit that they were able to set aside little silos and start little subsidiary labels to try to do experimental shit and court different subgenres. That's the shit that were keeping subgenres alive. So subsidiary labels were funding a lot of the alternative shit that I liked. The De La Souls, the Organized Confusions. All of these were little subdivisions of bigger labels. And what I had always wanted, what I'd always been looking forward to, was for these alternative rap subgenres to take over the mainstream. Just take it the fuck over. I always wanted it to do what grunge did in rock music. But alternative rap never really had that grunge to hair metal moment. I think the closest that we got to a Nirvana moment in alternative rap music was when the Wu-Tang was going platinum all the damn time. But if you look at the documentary that Sasha Jenkins made, you can see that when they dissed Hot 97, it kind of fucked a lot of that up. And I think ultimately that was the closest alternative rap music came to having real industry staying power and having some sway over what things were going to sound like going forward. And then music went digital and everybody started stealing it. And you know what underground rap fans started doing? We also started stealing it. So what happened then is that the 200,000 copies sold that a subsidiary label used to be able to count on for a De La Soul or an Organized Confusion, all that shit went out the window because us as underground rap fans started downloading heavily. So suddenly that 200,000 became 50,000. So suddenly subsidiary labels were getting shuttered and shut down, and artists were getting dropped. And now the industry makes so much less off of streaming that they don't gamble anymore. They don't take chances anymore. So they try to just keep copying whatever the fuck is working for the most part. And a lot of people hope that Kendrick's recent success will change things. And I think, you know, it will to a certain degree. But I'm also so fucking disheartened by how people are reacting to a Doechii. You just start to get the sense that people don't really want fucking alternatives, like in the mainstream. It just doesn't seem like people are open and ready to hear different types of shit. It seems like that when challenged with different types of shit, motherfuckers are like, no, I want the same shit. Give me the gruel. Give me the slop. And so Little Brother retiring, to me, it just seems like this long line of hip hop that I have loved, starting from Native Tongues and like Queen Latifah and Busta Rhymes into like the Soulquarians and the Roots and Common, and you know, and then splitting off into Raucus and Spit Kicker and then into OK Player. I feel like all of this has sort of officially come to an end. And for your friendly neighborhood indie rapper, that's a fucking tough pill to swallow. I think the only thing that can turn things around is Unkfest. Like and subscribe, homie, friend. It's free. Stop playing.